In 1929, the market crashed and didn't fully recover for 25 years. In 2020, it crashed harder and faster than 1929 and recovered in 5 months. Same fear, same panic, completely different ending. And the reason why should change how you think about every recovery you'll ever live through. The 2020 recovery wasn't normal. It broke every historical pattern we had. And once you understand what actually powered it, you'll spot something most investors completely miss. The difference between a market that healed and a market that was rescued. That third section is the one people get backwards. Here's the number that stops people cold. It took just 22 trading days for the S&P 500 to fall 30%. 22 days. That's the fastest 30% drop in the history of the American stock market. Faster than 1929, faster than 1987, faster than 2008. The whole economy just stopped. Flights grounded, restaurants shuttered, offices emptied overnight. By March 23rd, the index sat at 2,237, a third of the market's value, gone in about a month. And every investor who lived through history assumed the same thing. This would take years to climb back, but it didn't. Now compare that to what usually happens. This is the rehook, and it's staggering. After 1929, it took until 1954 to see the old high again. 25 years. A generation of investors waited their entire working lives. After 2008, the bottom hit in March 2009 at 666, and it took roughly 4 years to fully recover. But 2020, the market bottomed on March 23rd and hit a brand new all-time high by August 18th. Same year, think about that for a second. The worst pandemic in a century, tens of millions unemployed, the economy in free fall, and the stock market made a full round trip in about 5 months. So here's the question I want you to sit with. Was that recovery real, or was something holding the market up? Drop your gut answer in the comments. Healed or rescued? Here's what nobody tells you. The 2020 recovery didn't come from the economy getting better. It came from an ocean of money. On March 15th, the Federal Reserve slashed interest rates to zero and announced unlimited bond buying. Then Congress passed the CARES Act. $2.2 trillion. On March 27th, and here's the number that explains everything. The money supply, the total dollars in the system, grew about 25% in a single year, the largest jump since World War II. So while the economy was shrinking, the amount of money chasing assets exploded. That money had to go somewhere. And a lot of it went into stocks. This is the insight most people miss. Price recovered because of liquidity, not because businesses were suddenly healthy. The economy was still on the floor. The market was floating on a river of cash. Graham said it best. In the short run, the market's a voting machine. In the long run, it's a weighing machine. In 2020, the voting was rigged by trillions of dollars. So what does this actually mean for you as an investor? 3 lasting signals. First, speed of recovery tells you nothing about the health of a business. A stock can bounce back on stimulus while the company underneath it is still bleeding. Second, when money is that cheap and that plentiful, prices detach from value. That's exactly when margin of safety matters most, and exactly when investors abandon it. Third, every rescue has a bill. The flood of money that saved 2020 helped fuel the inflation wave that followed in 2022. Nothing is free. The recovery was borrowed against the future. Remember what I said at the start? The difference between a market that healed and a market that was rescued? Now you can see it. 2020 was a rescue. And rescues buy time. They don't fix fundamentals. Here's the transformation. Once you learn to ask what's actually powering a recovery, earnings, or liquidity, you stop cheering the number and start reading the machine behind it. The next time the market roars back overnight, you won't just feel relief. You'll ask who paid for it. Because a fast recovery isn't proof the storm is over. Sometimes it's just proof someone opened the floodgates. So tell me, was 2020 a real recovery or a rescue? Yes for real, no for rescue. Write in the comments. And tomorrow, We're breaking down the one signal that told careful investors inflation was coming months before it hit the headlines.